Here we have a Dyson V10. I'm going to show you how to open it up, disassemble it and clean it. Please note this is a simple video. If you want to see the complex one, please watch my other video. First, we're going to remove the filter. Next, we're going to remove the dustbin. When you remove the dustbin, remember just to remove, don't push it all the way out, as there's a button below, which is here. Mine's a bit stuck. There's a button here. You need to push that before it comes out. Mine has been broken. This is quite common with Dysons. These break after some time, and it doesn't stop your dustbin. So if your dustbin is falling out, you know what's wrong. So you have to remove the battery. There's 3 screws to remove the battery, which I've just pointed out. You don't have to remove it, but since this is a disassembly, I will be removing it. So you can clean these parts pretty easily. All the stuff that I'll show you, once you remove it, you can just take it out to your backyard and use your spray hose and spray it. If you spray it down a bit and leave it outside to dry, that is good enough. With what you're seeing in the picture now is what I have done before I opened it up again. To make it easier to film, I have cleaned it. So now you remove all the screws, you just pull the battery out. I'm just going to show you how you put the battery back in. You have to align it and push it in. You just pull it out once you remove all the screws. There's no clips holding it down. Just showing you from a different angle and perspective. Next, we are going to remove this part, where the filtration and dust is. You need a long screwdriver for this, and there's 4 screws at the back you're going to have to remove. So you're going to have to remove these 2 screws here, which I forgot. So these 2 screws are next to the handle. So now that I have removed all 6 screws, 4 from the back and 2 from the handle area, you just pull it out. So this part here that I just pulled out, I'm just going to show you how to put it back in. You can take the whole part that you pull out and actually spray it at the backyard with a hose. If you spray it enough, it should be around 80% clean. You also can remove this sliding mechanism, and this sliding mechanism slides into here. So I'm just going to show you again. So you can just, like I said previously, you can just clean this with your spray hose. After you clean it with your spray hose, just leave it outside to dry. most likely for more than a day, because inside it might hold water. That's why you should leave it out for more than a day. There's no electrical components in this, and I just have to change screwdriver tip. This uses a torque screwdriver instead of your normal plus head. So with this, you can just bring it out your backyard and spray it, and it will be clean, like you can see in the video. That's what I've done with the parts itself. So next, we're going to go back to the bin. We can disassemble the bin further. So we need to release the lid. You're going to need to use a flathead screwdriver to pry this part open. To actually pry the rubber ring off. Once you pry the rubber ring off, you can take this and clean it. Do not remove the rubber ring-ish thing in the middle, as putting it back in is really complex, and if you stuff up, you're not going to be able to close the lid properly. It's really annoying. Next, we're going to remove the back ring here. There's a screw here. You need a torque head screwdriver to remove this. So you need to remove the bottom part first, the stuff away from the ring, to remove it. Away from the screwdriver. Apologize for that. So to put it back in, you need to find where the screwdriver hole is and align it with the other hole. That part goes in first, and it goes in diagonally. So you don't have to do this part, and I wouldn't recommend it. But since this is disassembly, I'll show you how to remove this. You actually can remove this. You need a flathead screwdriver to poke into this hole. You need to poke it quite deep, and you pry it open. I've done this a few times and mine has been damaged. So it has all these screwdriver marks on it. So unless yours is actually dirty, I don't recommend you to actually pry it open. So after you pry it open, you can just go around and all the clips comes off. These are just plastic clips. So I have removed it. There's this red rubber. So to put the red rubber back, you need to look at the grooves inside this ring. And on the rubber red ring has the grooves as well. You need to align those. If you do not align it, when you put the plastic ring on top, clip back thing, it will misalign and it'll be extremely hard. So I'm just pointing where the screw is, screw hole. There's a hole in the clip. You need to align that before you put it back. As you can see here in the video, I'm struggling a bit, is because I did not align the red thing properly. So once you align it properly, closing it is easier, as we can see. So I'm going to show you how to put it back. Align the hole with the hole on the bin. Put it in diagonally and push it in. Remember to put the screw back in. Next, we want to put this in. So you want to align it because the base is, the back of it is flat. So you want to align the flat part with the flat part. You're going to probably need a flathead screwdriver to poke it in. The gap is quite tight. Once you put that in, you can just stretch it out and match the circle grooves. So next, we're just going to reassemble everything. So you need to align this with the side that has no, I guess they're called cyclones. There's a screw here to hold it back in. Remember to screw it in, which requires a torque screwdriver. After you've done that, remember to align it with your vacuum cleaner handle. If it's not aligned, it's not going to work. We need to put the 4 screws back behind and the 2 screws near the handle part. So there's 2 screws here. So here's the 4 screw holes, I'm trying to show you. We're going to put the battery rack in. Remember there's 3 screws for the battery. So all the non-torque screws are exactly the same size. So you can basically use any screw in any hole. Just the torque screwdriver screws are different sizes. So we're going to put the filter back. I'm going to put the bin back on. Remember you have to align the bin to put it back on. So remember the button as well. Remember to push it down before you put it in case you might break the thing. And that's it. Thanks for watching. As I said, this is a simple one. If you want to watch the complex one, please watch my other video about the complex disassembly.